What would you say your purpose and values are, or your why?
Yeah, you know, I think that's something that more people should put thought into. And I think that I started to give it serious consideration back in 2008 and 2009 when we were looking to start the company. And, arguably a notion of a purpose greater than self um, really started on the first day that I got to West Point. I think that you can't go to a military academy without that being kind of imbued into you, that sense of service to others. And that's that notion of selfless leadership. And while obviously some people don't adhere to it very closely, uh, others of us, I think, have continued to strive towards that ideal, sometimes falling. And I have to confess that there have been times in my life where I have completely stumbled on that. Like to think that as a learner, I've gotten myself back up, brushed myself off, and continued to try and be better. Um, but put serious thought into my purpose, my values back in 2008. And then I started writing it down and codifying it in 2009. Primarily inspired by Simon Sinek's TED Talk, Start With Why. So impacted by that to the point that I actually reached out to Simon and attempted to find a way to partner. And ultimately, we didn't find a way to partner because he was doing some other things and I was going in a different direction. But the idea of being able to inspire something in other people such that they wanted to do something important, and then to the best of my ability, empower them by giving them the tools, giving them the confidence, and ultimately helping them develop the competence to go out and do something meaningful. And then where I think that we all fall short sometimes is this notion of what gets us over the gap. Um, as my colleague and friend Kevin Basic would say, once we know what we should do, how do we cross that gap and overcome the pressures that are trying to prevent us from doing what we know we should do? And so that became the third driving force, which was to challenge people to actually take those skills, take that desire, and actually go do something meaningful with their lives. And so where we shook out was this concept of inspiring, empowering, and challenging leaders to create and sustain high-performing cultures. And I can't even take complete ownership of that because my team worked on that for months to refine it down to something that would be front of mind and always on the tip of our tongues so that we're always trying to live that ideal.